Welcome to another Dell Corporation Quality Management System training presentation. This presentation will describe in detail the Dell Corporation QMS document, GD 5.11 Management of Change Guidance document. This document is meant to establish general guidelines for initiating and managing management of change opportunities. It is not an all-inclusive document, nor does it establish a procedure for management of change. It does, however, provide guidance for managing change opportunities. Approval of the document is processed and maintained in the Electronic Quality Management System, QISS. Management of change, MOC, is the systematic approach and application of knowledge, tools, and resources to manage change opportunities efficiently and effectively. Change management is simply defining, developing, and adopting organizational strategies, plans, mechanisms, policies, procedures, and technologies to manage change based on external conditions and/or internally driven opportunities for improvement. The organization has the responsibility to ensure the integrity of the quality management system, QMS, and organizational continuity is maintained when changes is planned and implemented. MOC is applicable to any of the QMS processes that may impact the effectiveness of the quality management system, product delivery, and/or product quality. ISO 9001:2015 and API Specification Q1 does not require an actual MOC procedure. The specifications do, however, require the organization have tools in place that make provision for managing the change process. This means that defined process steps need to be in place to ensure that changes are assessed for potential negative impact on product delivery and/or product quality. Evaluated for risk, and a risk assessment shall be a part of the MOC process. That internal and external communication systems are established to communicate when change management is required. Are documented, accessible, communicated, and understood. And that responsibilities for completing the changes are. The organization manages change opportunities utilizing appropriate modules within the various enterprise resource programs used by the organization. Those tools include the following: QISS, the Electronic Quality Management System; Preventive Action, Corrective Action, and Non-Conformance Reporting modules; ACE Project, the Electronic Project Management System; Eagle Accounting Software, Elevated Risk Report or ERR, Engineering Change Order or ECO, accomplished in the Designing Program Inventor. It captures the change events in each design as needed to include the type of change, what changed, and who was responsible for the change. Essentially, management of change is the way the organization recognizes, addresses, documents, and capitalizes on opportunities for improvement with the focus on the following organizational components: engineering change, design change, organizational change, change in key or essential personnel, process change, procedural change, along with other changes that are deemed vital to the successful operation of the organization. For example, any change to product that could affect the design, delivery, quality, as well as any changes initiated by the customer once a project has been accepted. The organization shall use the MOC process for any of the following, at a minimum, that have a potential negative impact on the quality of the product, to include product delivery, changes in the organizational structure, changes in key or essential personnel, changes in critical suppliers, changes to quality management system procedures, changes to organizational processes, engineering design changes. There are more than 8 key MOC elements, but the organization has found the following 8 to be relevant to the way we manage change. 1. Accurately identify the goals for change. Setting a nebulous goal makes MOC an arduous and ineffective process. The key to success for any management of change opportunity is to accurately identify the goal of the proposed change and what is to be accomplished by making that change. 2. Identify the levels of responsibility. Anyone in an organization may propose a change to a process, procedure, or product. It is important, and critical to the success of any organization, that personnel feel that their input is important regarding opportunities for improvement. 3. Assemble an MOC team. Setting a nebulous goal makes MOC an arduous and ineffective process. The key to success for any management of change opportunity is to accurately identify the goal of the proposed change and what is to be accomplished by making that change. It is extremely rare for an organization to have one individual who knows absolutely everything about every facet of a particular discipline. Even if an organization has just such a person, it really is of no benefit to the organization to rely solely on one person. Relying on one person does not promote growth, nor does it promote professional development within the organization. 4. What's the risk? There is an adage that states, where there is turmoil, there is growth, and change is almost always associated with turmoil within an organization. This turmoil is only compounded when people are informed of a change, or proposed change, only to have the decision reversed, or even worse, the details of the proposed change have been revised while in process. The pains or turmoil associated with potential change can be minimized very early in the MOC process by asking and developing the answer to the following 2 questions. What is the risk of making the proposed change? And, what is the risk of not making the proposed change? Bottom line, will the potential change improve the process, procedure, and/or product? 5. Mitigating risk. Risk mitigation is the process by which an organization plans and introduces specific measures to minimize or eliminate identified unacceptable risks. Risk mitigation activities can be directed towards reducing the severity of risk or reducing the organization's exposure to the risk. Regardless of what risk mitigation activities have been identified, they must be accomplished to keep risk at a manageable level. 6. Approve and document. Once an MOC opportunity has been initiated, it is either approved or disapproved. If approved, a responsible authority will be selected based on the discipline addressed and tasks will be assigned towards resolution. If disapproved, the reason for the rejection will be documented and maintained as record. Approvals and disapprovals alike will be documented within the process and maintained as record. 7. Communicate. Effective communication substantially increases any organization's chance of being successful. Conversely, poor or ineffective communication can seriously undermine any organization's attempt at success. This is particularly true when it comes to developing an MOC opportunity. It is important for the organization to determine what the goal is for any change. It is equally important that each associated step or task towards implementation is effectively communicated as well. To summarize communication, document and make available all information pertinent to the MOC. Rely on the MOC module in the appropriate tool to be the hub for information for each MOC opportunity. Approvals for each step are communicated and maintained as record. Communicate across disciplines to bring perspective to each MOC opportunity. 8. Confirm effectiveness. Confirming that an MOC opportunity is effective is perhaps the single most important aspect in the MOC process. The organization must verify that the proposed change worked as intended. Not all changes yield the intended results, and some may result in unintended and often undesirable consequences. It is important to determine how effectiveness will be measured in the very early stages of the MOC process. Simply determining what the intended end result of the MOC is and how it can be measured for effectiveness. If the change is not yielding the intended expected results, there are 2 different options: abort the process and revert back to the way it was prior to implementing the change, or re-evaluate the ultimate goal and initiate a new MOC opportunity. The process becomes ineffective if the planned arrangements are changed on the fly, and may end in results outside the scope of the approved MOC. The MOC does not give the organization license to experiment until the desired results are achieved. It is a planned and controlled process with the end results confirmed to be as intended. In closing, change is inevitable. It can be internally driven or externally driven. It is how each organization processes and manages change that makes them successful or not. Handling change consistently and complete gives the organization the best possible chances of cost-effective enacting the proposed change. Should you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this, or any other quality management system requirement, please contact at danny@deltank.com, call or text at 33722422873, or stop by my office for a conversation. As always, thank you for your participation in the quality management system at Dell Corporation. And remember, it's always a good day at Dell.